All right, we are back. Yeah, OBS just completely crashed on me there. As did a couple other things. But it looks like we're back up and running. So, yes. Winner again, y'all. How you doing, Phoenix? Good to see you. Welcome in. Gotta give credit where credit is due when I see a good religious joke. Okay. Okay. Started Power Wash Simulator. I'm gonna run some ads just because because I just started my stream again. Twitch has reset my ads, so ads are gonna run right now. Started Power Wash Simulator, yes. He was like, I'm good at coming up with business names. I gave that girl Grouting Thomas, and she never looked back. I don't understand that. Congrats on Honk, Sand Ghost. Why did I just full name you? Why did I just full name you like that? Congrats on Honk, Sand. I just full named Sand for no reason. As a pun on Doubting Thomas. Oh. I don't know why I just full government named you. I have no idea. Well, now that I learned about fingering Jesus, let's get back to the quest. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let's keep watch from here, as to not set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you, there is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rauban al-Din won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. He put his finger in the spear wound on Easter Sunday to confirm the resurrection. Ah, yes. Grouting Thomas works on 2 layers because it's filling the gap. Ayo. No prize. The prize that I shall claim shall boast of the wealth of our people 1,000, no 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Udons no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. I also doubt that Jesus returned, but I'm not going to finger him about it. To be completely accurate, I don't think he actually did, but Jesus said he could do it. This is a lot right now. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. I'd love it if Hildebrand was not a Jesus allegory, actually. Andrew, welcome in. Queehee, trying to steal a villa from Uncle Alty's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't gonna happen. Oh my god, Ultros, you are so creepy. Sigmata, a great song by Grandson. I don't know if I know it. How y'all doing? I'm doing alright, Andrew. How are you? Yes, Uncle Alty's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? No, but calling yourself Uncle Alty certainly does. The distinctive smell of fire sand. Yet another of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu. Heavens, no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? Glad to hear you're doing alright, Andrew. They're onto me? Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave-ho! You gotta be kidding me! Perfect. Oh. Hello. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. Oh, we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news on the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtames, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Alden upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is good and all, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds of thousands cheering your name, I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is the wealth I ask for. That's your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than you're worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhear us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. Go by a third of Tayaita. I don't know what that is. Vila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than I imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Alty has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could fall in this pit and die like a good little boy? Hee, I'm talking to you, Mr. Warrior Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Not you, you idiot. No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and am pleased to report there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. That's a creature. There's a mount and it sells for about 90 mil these days. Oh my god. our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'dah? The mithril cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But do you think that means I'm going to show you mercy on you? You got another think coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break! Salt, you'd be such a Grandson fan. Sand, I missed that chat entirely. And I'm sorry I didn't reply back. Send me Grandson's tracks. Send me some Grandson recommendations. Oh yeah, another think coming being the proper one. That's true, that's valid. But counterpoint, Judas Priest has a really good song called Another Thing Coming, and that deserves some space. Thank you. I was unable to mute it in time. Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed Inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time, you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Mwahaha. Say hello to an also little friend of mine from the Coliseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Gwee! Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. Goodbye, Funga. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? That was a behemoth, and he just yeeted that motherfucker. Father, could it be that aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, dear father dear, and with that we must return to Ul'dah. If you've not yet heard, your son is going to compete in the Mithril Cup. It was Nina Tucker. Cal, no. Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. I do love that the text box makes Godbert look naked. I didn't get it. Full Metal Alchemist, Pella. Yeah. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me to never go to one of their family reunions. I'd forgotten her name. Most people try to forget That's valid. Who is this inspector, anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if there ever were one. Who goes there? Hildy, Gauchefist. I've been waiting for this day. Hi, Gilgamesh. Oh, look who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? It's Greg. I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist. And I am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Gauchefist is a formidable foe. That sounded like high praise coming from a big fellow like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Gauchefist, I will not fall so easily this time. Oh, looks like I got my legs full. All 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong to take on alone, I just have to bring along a friend. Wahaha. A supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Oh, that Greg. What a card. It's true. Nobody hear about us octopodes? Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Meow. I fucking love Godbird. Muscleheads, I hate them. For a cephalopod on land, Ultros is fast. Ultros is fast, it is true. Hi. Everything about Godbird is that winning smile. Godbird is fucking perfect. Flawless creature. Hello. All right. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Let's do it. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves of the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. La 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 la. Bumps on the head, a chipped teeth, one shabby-looking octopus. I tell you, they don't pay me enough for this. That's all gonna change soon, isn't it, buddy? Funga! Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to... Gads. Who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Funga! Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. Is it challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8? Is there someone else inside your office? No, whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place. For pests. Pests like yourself. Now don't you have a battle to go to? Funga! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Funga. Gods, yes. Gods, working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, and beset by vermin, and yet still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Gauchefist, would you come with me for a moment? I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a whole bunch of other things. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup as its prize. Not as preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our eight-legged friend. He's a regular at Oda's taverns and houses of pleasure. Ultros spends his hard-earned money wisely. I suspect he's using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, and thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. Imagine working at a brothel and suddenly a fucking octopus turns up. I can think of a few people in the industry who would probably be okay with that. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan's girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means your life is still in danger. One of the guards informed me several crates of refuse were discarded a little bit ago. Go check some shit out. Let's go digging through the garbage. Digging through the trash. Digging through the garbage. You find some stuff that'll kick my ass. And then we go back. Well, let me see what you found. Now, have some garbage. Ah, spectacular assortment of innards and entrails. And what's this? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. Singold sundries? It seems this merchant has had dealings with a squishy mass of tentacles. Let's pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us to the exact nature of their partnership. Well, we run back over here, I guess. So forgets how to teleport. In one moment, you're like, you don't need to take the aetheryte. And then in the next moment, you're like, why aren't you taking the aetheryte? I don't know what to do, Cal. I didn't see any aetheryte on the map. So I didn't think to take one. Sorry, sir, but I've said it once and said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait now, did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? An entire sack full of gold truffles, can you believe it? Well, with the impressive price and the distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers. Which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to? No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Briardian, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal away Gauchefist here? This gentleman is not impressed. So why do you know exactly how to play this game as if you've been playing for thousands of hours? Because I've only been playing for hundreds of hours, and I have not been paying attention to the mechanics for half that time. I'm very good at games. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinctful and delightful aroma of a gold truffle. Truffle, an acquired taste to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an Uldon gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let's get back to the Colosseum. La 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 la. Colosseum Conundrum. We gotta go do a fight. Okay, I'm gonna use the Aethernet shard now. There you are. I was just close to starting the melee without you. Gahahar. I'd be remiss to not tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. Everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray. The spectators are just pouring in, and the bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Feargis himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Future's looking bright for Old Dower Meadow, it is. Ready to get your asses kicked? Fuck you, I'm gonna kick their asses. I'm gonna fuck them up. Alright, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plurocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. Is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of the main bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Gauchefist, the famed warrior of light? Or who is that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right. Humberbatch, the agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Benedict Humberbatch, it's true. Mwahaha, here I am. Did you miss me? I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Nashu would solo the tourney, TBH, yep, with bombs. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Neat. Grenadier would be an amazing job, that's true. Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed him tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Nothing, the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Alti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Please tell me Hildebrand's gonna eat them. Wait a minute, roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damned long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open that gate at once. Funga? What is this monstrosity? Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Alti. Why? Look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Funga! Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade was that monster all along. That girl played us all for fools. Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. Just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamiga. Whoa! Whoa! Spectators. Yikes, guys. Alamegans, beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands and the thanks we get. Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. Cool. Cool. Racism. Like, yeah, she's a cheat, but yikes. But I just wanted to... My sister. Bamfir, hello. Oh, we are hexagons now. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her. Misogyny and racism, meanwhile there's a fucking creepy octopus right there. Vampire, good to see you. Yeah, that was brutal. Now, if Uncle Alti may be so bold... I said we call up the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Gauchefist here. What do you say, Mr. Warrior of Light? Alright, that's what we want to see. Ultros, Ultros. Why are you cheering on Ultros? Fuck you. Those are the most unexpected turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali, the fighters, tag team of these two versus the Warrior of Light. Battle for the ages. Well, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yeah. So to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've ever encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Gauchefist. Let us make for Halatali. He's sleeping. Well, this tourney's prize turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and profits, I could give a gnat's arse. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 isn't fair, especially since one of them is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends to the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, eh? I see. We are going to do a thing. Will Pella be returning? I do believe... Let me just poke Pella. Pella is still in the party. Yeah, Pella is here. We're going to find 4 more folks or unsync it. We're going to unsync it because I would like to get through this. I do not wish to wait for people. I do not wish to wait for people because I was going to do 8 quests today and now I am doing 21. So... The dragon's neck. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the dragon's neck. Oh, that's cute. Wait, that's cute. The music is cute, though. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. Okay, the music is cute as fuck, though. Thwarted again. I feel like such a sucker. Yay. And Gauchefist claims the Mithril Cup. Remember that fight being really friggin' difficult when Mar and I ran it? Unsynced it probably is. Also, I love that everybody is in outfit for this. It is hard when not unsynced. I believe it. Benny! 41 months? Holy shit. Holy shit, Benny. There are a bunch of weird mechanics. I believe that. Probably to make it feel like FF6. Benny, thank you for 41 months. Oh my god. How the heck are you? We tried on singing at like 78 or 80 probably. Oh, I see. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Oh. We kept getting imped? Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, that's what broke. Okay, so it wasn't actually OBS that broke. It was fucking, Chrome, and it broke everything else. If you're just 2 people, it can be really hard if you can't murder them both really quickly. That makes perfect sense, honestly. That makes perfect sense. Sorry, I'm just getting my captions back up here. They should be working now. There we go. Good show, Gauchefist. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the award ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Firgus himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure like awakes the realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer, Gahahar, who I am. Above you, ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates. The opening act has dragged on over long, but worry him not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Just run up and grab the ring, you morons. Vile fiend, mark my words. You have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name. It's Greg. I think not, Hildebrand. Greg? 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing here leaves something to be desired. Gauchefist, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you not mean your skewer? My spear! The canned laugh track adds a certain je ne sais quoi. It's so good. It's so perfect. Vile thief, is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once. Oh, it seems you have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Hildy's got some legs on him. True. Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Yeah, Godbert's his dad. That's who can real run. Mr. Typhon, just a moment. I tried a tissue here somewhere. Fonga! Actually, it's fungi. True. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Hello, Godbert. The man, the myth, the Manderville. Of course, brilliant father, if the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it will be just like Dalamud. Hildebrand, Hilidor, Maximilian, Manderville. Skyward, as only a Manderville can. You missed. Father, you don't know your own strength. Ah. The animation is so unhinged, Sand. The animation is so unbelievably unhinged. It's why I do enjoy these quests. 997, 998, 990... Ah! This is the source filmmaker of 14. It's true. Very good. Very good, Hildebrand. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Ha, put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results, save for one thing. This ring is a fake. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends. You have been a most attentive audience. That key! Bloody hells! Guard, seize the fiend at once. They do make a good entrance and an exit, it's true. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. Second prize? What's the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. Master Goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's just the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a false treasure. What a fool I've been. Whatever was I thinking? You gonna call him a whore too? No? Yeah, right? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hedgelina and nothing more. Suppose I was at that, How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you to the Nanaimo mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. Good job, Hildebrand. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I was truly fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not be easily regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as a fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Azima's virtue, the ring of inquiry, all relics with quite a history. Or, to be more precise, relics from the era of the Beladians. Oh, that is so. The answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Azoria's greatest museum of Valdian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards to appear on the scene to tell us just as much. No card. There it is. That's a big one. F is for funga, it's true. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I have claimed the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So this is the thief's final challenge to us, but where are the 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Baldia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, a little more than a fairy tale at that, yet it seems the Phantom believes there's some truth in these words. Four sacred relics from Baladia, the Warden's Justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man a few more than a few admirers. Considering his targets thus far, an Uldon collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul and his brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches, is it any surprise the sympathies of ordinary Uldons would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the Syndicate, or perhaps the Sultana herself? Aha! Then it will be to his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces, there is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Baladia, and it shall be Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. What was that? No, it couldn't be. Ha! Methinks Gobbler may need a new pair of spectacles. It's a race to recover the 4 lost artifacts of Baladia. The fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? What will our hero do? Will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Hildebrand will return in her last vow. I'll be back in just a minute after these commercial messages. All right, let's finish the the A Realm Reborn Hildebrand quest so that we can actually do the Heavensward ones. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long so that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well. See you next time. All right. And now to the next quest, the Shades of Sildee. I was wondering when you'd show up, Gauchefist. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day because we got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldan's society. It's an imitator. I'm gonna call that right now, it's an imitator. Phantom Thief, you say? Indeed, I do. We do say. Mr. Manyface has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Now, did you hear me complaining? No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye has been selling like Pond's cakes. Ellie, people are dead. Ellie, my dear, people are dead. Have a little bit of tact, thank you. The only rub is that it's left me with no time to look into the thief's last message until now, shall we? The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who, to Sun-Soaked Tapestries. Well, now, if it isn't my favorite venture, and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter along with them. I mean, but they were like CEOs, right? Yeah, I'm not too upset if they got Luigi'd, honestly. It's fine. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help 2 of my best mates, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Old Eye has more than his fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could be just after about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief has got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn in a right thither. Thither. Wow. Word has it, they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Let's pay a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oh, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. Man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put your pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play the hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to people. Gauchefist, time is of the essence. Alright. Seeking out information at the Scholar's Walk. Hi, Humphrey. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Thal, bugger me with a broadsword. It's the Gentleman of Light's adventuring companion and the catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it ain't the self-styled warrior of light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin the Sultan's sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of my soul like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero master Hildebrand. The Sultan's sworn were impressed by my commitment and sword arm, and they welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildebrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cor, wouldn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the mates who united me with my role model. Phyllis is one of the sworn's best. That's so funny. You are definitely the person who started calling yourself the warrior light. It's true. It's true. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Baladia, she stepped forward personally and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has information you're looking for, it'd be her. Here. Wait here while I get her. Don't touch anything. Okay, cool. Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. We're researching the Phantom Thief case and appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. If I'm not mistaken, that'd make your companion here one Gauchefist Gonzalez, yes? Hi. You know Gauchefist? As any regular of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being somewhat of an unabashed fan of your work. And though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan sworn, the elite of Ulda's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Briardian, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Gauchefist, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me and don't move an elm. Inspector, what is that in your... Demasking dust. A formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mass left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. Fear won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan's sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. Leaving the face intact is kind of important. Yes, yes. Only the mask gets dissolved, not like your actual fucking face. I see. Well, it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? The hidden treasure of Ulda, the last of the 4 relics of Baladia. I fear not. I've poured through the histories time and again. The only mention is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts. Each possessed by a hero, makes no mention of their appearance or nature. 3 times you tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Beladian origin have been sealed with the Royal Vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The Blackguard will be in chains before you can lay a dirty hand on the vault outdoors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word. We've heard that before. More disturbing matters. There's been a bunch of murders. Sultan sworn I've launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we've been far too occupied with the vaults to make any progress. If you could help us, that'd be great. The lady asks, and a gentleman answers. There he is. Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the Damasking dusk. That's the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame, that. Inspector Hildebrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. Killer has claimed 3 victims, the head of a publishing consortium, high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their circles. We don't see any other common threads. Most satisfying case to crack indeed. What are the method of killing? Conkled over the head with a cudgel, gutted with a greatsword, strangled with a subligar, mayhap? We've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildebrand. Friends, please take this Damasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you'll put it to good use. Care to accompany me on another case? I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly. Gauchefist, my ever-loyal associate. Now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace revealed the scholar's body was not far from the 80 sins of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We shall put Miss Phyllis's Damasking dust to good use. And we teleport. Flowers. Yes, it's all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing? Eh? I'm the one who put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of my poor boy. You dare defile his memory, eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was saying, these flowers are clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy. A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Have you not heard the horrors of Sildi? Ulda's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, But I speak of far greater horrors, an unholy draft brewed by a Sildian alchemist, one with the power to turn the living into the undead, and that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through, but you won't hear that from the Sultan's warren. Thal alone knows why. But they whisked the body away before I could pay as much as my last respects. Traitors spurn? I heard the stories, but I never thought them true. Be able to procure such a frightening thing. Just who are we dealing with here? A Sildin, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Sildin would know the recipe. The remnants of the Sildi died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but did it ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? I heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, with the 4 relics of Baladia, the powers they behold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Silda has returned to wreak vengeance upon us. Woe, woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books, you'd never have breathed the cursed name of Silde, but you did, and now we're doomed. 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 Well, she seems normal. That's fine. All of that is fine. None of that was unfine. I'm bleeding Horson's here somewhere. I can feel it in my follicles. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen? Aye. That it was, all for a fortnight afore my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand just to twist the knife an extra elm. Mountebank. Charlatan. I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band, and I'll pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Ruh-roh. Hildebrand is up to something. That dear woman's testimony has confirmed what I suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotten flesh, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, expenditure extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries, since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that he might abandon his vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let's begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. The tomes will give us a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of the Sildi might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briardian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. Thaumaturge's Guild, yeah? Yeah. Not every day someone comes through our halls to research Sildi. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. Fierce rivals, they came of age and their dad died, and they both fought for the throne. Neither son willing to relinquish, they split the kingdom in two, making Ul'dah and Sildi. But unlike the two proud princes, they also rivaled. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sil'Di. It'd be my pleasure to enlighten you. Two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood became a war. As you might deduce, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its one proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, alchemists discovered a horrific stratagem. They used traitor spurn. They brought their warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those who were living who were too weak or too wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it. It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that the forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. We love propaganda. We love propaganda. Oh, hell yeah, it's some propaganda. Some propaganda. You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Sil'Di. I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I don't like to repeat myself. 2 scales of gold and silver. Gold of Ul'dah, weighing prosperity and power. The silver of Sil'Di, weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. Power wrought by Ul'dah and prosperity was that of justice and good. While the power wrought by Sil'Di knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power would rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. Yeah, but the histories are written by the victors. Riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Thank you. Yes, the truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, do you know that the war against the Sil'Di, Ul'dah, and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not. Neither did I, until I discovered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. Yet, in the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I've said enough already. No, you could stand to say some more, honestly. Okay, so I need to talk to Yayake, but it keeps making me want to join the... Who else do I talk to? Is there another person here I can talk to? That's kind of annoying. I think I have to talk to them, but I can't actually get the thing I need for the quest until I join the Thaumaturge's Guild. Unless it's this person? Ah, never mind, it's this person. Researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Sil'Di, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show no interest in learning from the past. However, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. You must go back further to the birth of their mother nation, Baladia. The 5th astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned, and great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. The Age of Enlightenment would not last forever, though. Power bred avarice, and this avarice bred resentment. Culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the 6th Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, forced to leave homelands. This is like FF6. They made their way to Thanalan, and they had found the nation of Baladia some 8 centuries agone. A government of mages by mages and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Baladian civilization survived, but it was not meant to be. My ever loyal assistant, tell me, what have you learned in the questioning of the scholars in these halls? A bunch of shit. As it happens, I learned the same. Let us take a moment to review, and then we'll use deduction. War of Succession divides the civilization of Baladia, giving rise to 2. They exist for some generations, and then it becomes a war. Daunted by the superior military might, Sil'Di employs their advanced chemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens into an undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me down to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of the doomed Sil'Di, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. Pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world. There is but one course of action. We must find the Sylvan statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. It was over 400 years ago, homie. Brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave yourself? Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shows some link to Sildee. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. The Sildin connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Baladian relics that our thief clearly possesses. But what of our murder victim? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past few days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. My keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. The man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? Gugoria, traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Let's go to Horizon. Let's go to Horizon. Let's go to Horizon. Yes, if you got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Quick of us, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter with the Mithril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me? A thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time for this or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Durilda, well met. Pray tell, what brings you to these environs this fair evening? I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Briardin, this is a most unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business later. Pray tend to the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But, Lady Durilda, what about... Yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshtime's latest seasonal connection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Uldal myself? Back from dinner? Welcome back, Cal. I'll say it once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, help me regain something truly priceless. Yet something more valuable than my mere trinket. It's been a full hour sweeping and it's still not done? Cat, I'm so sorry. Alright, I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. He's got himself into some zombie dust. The traitor spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims, so it got me thinking. Sildee, 5 victims, I, the arbiters of truth. I didn't already loathe the ex-roommate, this alone would have been enough. Yeah, that's very fair, Cat. Arbiters of truth? I'm not familiar with the name. Aye, few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ulda-Sildee conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge? Pray tell, what sort of knowledge might that be? Balls, don't make me say no more. I got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you, and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. From what I heard, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back, which means he's already dead. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks, but said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive, they don't even know the other's true identities. You know, don't ask me how that all works, but... Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had all been zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew he'd be next. The ancient Manderville art of parley has procured us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. Yeah, apparently hob. Apparently hob. Welcome back, Cal. That guy seems a little bit already killed. Master Hob, is everything quite all right? No, stand back, Ellie. I hunger. I hunger for your brains. Damn, there's no saving the man. Gauchefist, do what you must. Oh, I don't even get to fight him? Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. To it seem we're a few moments late to the scene. Did you just kill Hob? Yep, I did. A message, and then there was one. Wait, who was I thinking of? Who's the zombie that hangs out in southern Thanalan? Oh, I have no idea. There it is again. Something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense that someone or something is watching us. Thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. Dream of the Endless wants to know your location? No. Hab is a zombie you can play triple triad with. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll meet up after. New clues in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector, I'll go with her. If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary. Not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there's something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, at Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me. A secret vow? Oh, consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let's be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. A budding romance. The way they all look away when the bomb at Costa is mentioned, it's very funny. They're all just like, ooh. Ooh, yay, yay, yay. A fourth victim? Thal, have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of the connection to the other victims? Arbiters of truth? No, it cannot be. Somebody, help! Miss Ellie? The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Cutscene time. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? The man. I was only going to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Haha. Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of a Sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. Oh, damn. The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of this gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed. I return this sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. While the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to the cracking of the case. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy? 2 masks. 2 masks. What? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise, planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is, Gigu, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of damasking dust. Inconceivable the thief would easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No. That's impossible. Of course. It all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise to the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility that her story of a lifetime was coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault's been breached. The wise man's whisper. It's gone. For foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. And now the game is truly afoot. Ah, what's the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu? Miss Ellie, that shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But don't worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Dun dun dun! Noting the shockingest turns of event will determine the famed Ancient of Inquiry. My ever loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she could still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in search of the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than... Hildebrand Mander? Me. Mind you, it's not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day, I had received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector, over here. Faker. There you are, Nash. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, but I went to take a look. And there wasn't anything there but a dormouse. But it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us, Gauchefist. Gauchefist, let us split up and canvass our surroundings. Baker, I think you're the fake Nashu around here. Water-stained letter. The fact that I'm lurking around the corner is very funny. Someone is watching us. True. Be wary and be warned. Trust no one. Tell your friends all the less. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. Got a sachet of damasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oh, isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Gauchefist. Goddamn, Gobbert. Hello. I was in the area on a matter of business, which curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it's the same for you? So your pursuit of the Thief of Many Faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you've come across a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap the Watcher in the Shadows is a friend? Or is this another trap laid by the Fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere or anyone, myself included, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man, myself excluded, of course, true. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to insist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would not be pleased. So sneaky behind every doorway. Nosage just changed his dance. Oh man. If the spender speaks true, the villain now even lurks within our midst. We have a single sachet of damasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Gauchefist. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss? Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It's the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot feel that another truth still evades us. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Inspector Brereton told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say. It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I question the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of... Miss Ellie. Where could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, the pieces are finally coming together. Now, if you could kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us. Inspector Briardian, I should hope you're not doubting me. Among us, and it's true. While I'm convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has been proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. Say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Gauchefist found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another satchel or two lying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages, and Miss Ellie had only had passing interactions with my dear father, so we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Gauchefist here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning my own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense, if he asks me anything too obscure, my cover's as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I am a Manderville. Man. Doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Kurthus to Thanalan, Manderville. Man, you're the best, Inspector. Perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius Inspector? Get got. The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie? You look somehow different? Interesting. That meme, at least I can figure out the Flash's true identity. I have no idea who this is. Yup. Oh, hey, look, you get some glamour dispellers for this one. That's cute. Seven hells, done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briardian, you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood. My beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You may call me Cece. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite alright? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sylvan aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all the while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you. Truly, why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we could have never risen to the heights of celebrity. Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. What is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice. 400 years ago, olden dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Sildea that turned their own men into zombies. The histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The power in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan swarm would kill to keep buried deep in the sands of Thanalin. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority, if only they knew. They'll see soon enough when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened by assembling the 4 secret relics of Baladia, 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildea before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. So it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren that you were there when zombie powder rained down in Ulda. No, wait, you'll all be dead. Preposterous. But first you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let all your flesh rot like your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Cece. Zombie Hildy? Hildebrand! You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? Zombibrand 2. Godbird Manderville. I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day. Wait, is she the mom this whole time? I knew it. That presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife. Oh my god. She was in the game earlier. Ultros hit on her, and Hildebrand didn't even notice his fucking mom getting flirted with by an octopus. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Culinary 100, true. Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? It's the ultimate MILF, true. Now, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Gauchefist. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Holy shit! Julian, do ye have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy has been turned into a stinking corpse if you haven't bloody noticed. You, Gauchefist or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ya. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry arse husband here, and look what it got me. He'll help me out, won't you? Uh-huh. Yeah, somehow scarier than Godbert. Somehow scarier than Godbert. Yup. Neat. I will be right back. Let's fucking do this. Let's do this shit. Reunited with my family. Only to have him turn into a zombie. Lamp. Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Wing Raid and Oopsie 2. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello. Hello, everybody. Aura, welcome in. Jartrana, welcome in. Wing, everybody, hello, 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 hello. How are you all doing? I'm the True Soul King. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. And Ren as well. Sorry, I didn't see. I apologize, Ren. We're queer as fuck. We're also gender queer as fuck. And we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. We are doing the Hildebrand quests, and when we finish these quests, we are done with 14. I made a promise to play Final Fantasy XIV and the Heavensward expansion. We are finishing off with the Hildebrand quests, and then that commitment is finished. I hope you're all doing well. How was your stream, Wing? What were you up to? Did we get shoutouts for you? Did we get shoutouts for you? Let me do it again, just in case. Thank you for big emotes. Thank you for big emotes. Reading and writing. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You were doing writing on stream? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. We're skirting it. We're skirting it up today. We're skirting it up today. Yeah, thank y'all for being here. As always, Wing, if you need to raid and fade, get a drink, get a snack, and I'll look at a screen for a little bit, please do. And that goes to everybody who came in on the raid as well. We were playing Knights of the Old Republic and then finished Restored the Night. Yo, how's KOTOR treating you? I fucking love that game. KOTOR is so good. You were tired of fish politics? What do you mean? What do you mean? Fish politics are so important. And then sometimes you get to stab people in between fish politics. I'm glad you had a good stream, and I'm glad that you were able to finish with some story time and chill as well. We're gonna hop back into it because we've got quite a few quests to go. If you're worried about spoilers for like main story 14 stuff, you're not gonna get it here. This is all goofy side quest stuff right now. That being said, if you don't want to be spoiled to the Manderville side quests, understandably, you may want to look away. Although this is like early stuff. The Magikarp in my background? Which one? We've got Mr. Fish. We have two of Mr. Fish's kids here. We have a shiny Magikarp here. And then we've got one on the Dreamcast. And then we've got another one, harder to see, hanging out with tails down here. You just remember the Mr. Fish redeem? Yeah, people don't really do the Mr. Fish redeem too much anymore, but that's mostly because, like, I just have them always visible. Speaking of fish politics, it's true. This is just Fish Family. This is just Fish Family. So, we're gonna get back to the quest. Somebody's been turned into a zombie and we need to de-zombify him. Julian, who we're talking to, is the zombied person's mom, and she might be the single most terrifying NPC I've ever met in this game, just in terms of sheer power. She is scary. She is big scary. Thank you for all the giant emotes. Thank you for all the giant emotes, Wing. I really appreciate it. She's a culinarian, not an alchemist. It's true. She is terrifying with a frying pan. Absolutely scary with a frying pan. Syngold at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure by a trader of the name of Guest. Now hurry. Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Yeah, let's go find Nashu. Hello, Greg. Youch, that's smart. Ye gads, Hildy, you're looking none too hardy yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Gauchefist there and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall? But of course, milady, Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Sin goes sundries, was it? Come now, Gauchefist, there's work to be done. Ah, Gilgamesh is working with us now. Great. I gotta say, like, not for nothing, but like, Hildy's mom is, she's aged well. I'll just put it that way. She has aged like a fine wine. Everyone with any sense is working with you. She just KO'd Godbird fucking Manderville. Yeah, in one hit. One hit KO. One hit KO's Godbert. Yeah, you're gonna listen. You're gonna listen up. Julian Manderville could have killed all the Asians herself. It's true. Oversoul Regs, you say? I fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend. But a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. And you expect me to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here, if it isn't the warrior of life from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Aww. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you are more than welcome to a share. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Gauchefist here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. Well, that was convenient. Paul, take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. But I won't. Still pay up. Kind sentiment, my good man, but we're more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Gauchefist? And with this, our task here is done. Let's find this traitor named Guest. Where is this guy? Shout out to this guy for not being racist to Avila like literally everyone else. It is weird how racist everybody is to Avila. Like, not that, like, I know that people are racist against Alamegans, but, like, they just added that to that storyline for, like, no fucking reason. They just were, like, upsettingly rude to her for no discernible reason. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs. He needs something of mine to save him, you say. Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. It's a plutocracy. Of course, they hate immigrants without generational wealth. I know, but like, yike. It was brutal. Ah, yes, AR's sudden and unnecessary misogyny, yes. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion on that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man's on death's doorstep. After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Ah, everyone from the previous episodes is making an appearance. Gauchefist, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? No, Hildebrand is dying. The poor inspector. We live in the Lapis Maiden in the flesh. What say you bid farewell to the preening fops and scruffy adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty? It'd be a pleasure and honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Gauchefist with the bottle of twice distilled water he seeks. Yeah, motherfucker. You know this man? Ugh, if that's the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now shall we, Miss Arabella? Thank you for the water. Now fuck off. All the people we helped along the way are gonna help save Hildy. That's cute. I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many, clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Gauchefist, let's deliver these goods while there's still time to save him. Thank you for your sacrifice, Arabella. I feel like Arabella is, like, cool with it, mostly because it's going to piss people off. I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. I got you. Pretty brilliant. I take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. I mean... Thal, you bloody bugger, guide my skillet. I mean, I'd date her. That should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Gauchefist, word has it that Ellie has been sighted near the Silden ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've done well by me, by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists that might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Old Doll's at stake. Gauchefist, my strength is yours as well, for Old Doll and for our friend Hildy. You remind me of my husband. Well, with you having more muscles than sense, if you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. I'm a warrior, not an... yes, my lady. Never mind, we don't get to fight alongside Gilgamesh because he has to carry stuff. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear to simply secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Gauchefist. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Gauchefist and Hildy both owe to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends, tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend I have ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and you have given me a great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Gauchefist could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! Aww. Greg is like a Xenos is likable. Wait. Wait. Did he just accidentally summon using those crystals? Oh my god, Gilgamesh. So the Saga of Gilgamesh is like the world's OG gay story. And then they change Enkidu's gender for no reason. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's fair, Pella. That's a good point. Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice, could it be? My faithful companion. Why must you always make me wait so? Oh my god, we get Gentleman's outfit? Oh my god. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. Go deal with the shit right now. Incredible. Can I dye it pink? You can. Perfect. We managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses so much as to answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitor spurn. One misstep and the consequences would be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Gauchefist. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. All I ask is you step forth where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. If anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you. Oh, it's the say thing. Call out Ellie. Got it right the first time. Ellie! Gauchefist, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you, after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Cece is already in custody. Surrender now and I will see that no harm befalls her. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Cece and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down, or suffer the same fate as the olden dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness. I'm sorry, Inspector. I cannot believe we are going full zombie story for this. RG, thank you for the honk. There's too many of them. Yeah, buddy. All in a day's work for a Manderville man. And now it's hammer time. Yeah, it is. Let's go, Gilgamesh. RG, how you doing? You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far. And he's as good as 6 fulms under. Happy to see you live again. Love the outfit. RG, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's good to see you too. Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from existence when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of traitor's sperm. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. Balls, balls. Is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? It's a shame to lose you, Gauchefist. Warrior of Blade that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions. Gilgamesh has accepted it. He is Greg now. Wait. Huh? Are they now Manderville men? Because he started off as a zombie, didn't he? When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? Was Zomberbrand teaching the zombies to be gentlemen? You're right! That's right! That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light. Just so, my good man. Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head. Yeah, Wing. Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Core, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. That reference. Holy shit, what a reference. When we heard that Master Zomberbrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. Hello, Darth. Thank you for the congrats on zombie powder. Never go up against a Manderville when the zombies are on the line. It's true. Immunity to... I'm just gonna pretend that makes any kind of sense. Wait, I should have said undeath. Fair. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian, you said there was something you would tell me when it was all through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something, someone with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Sorry, Gale cell. My apologies. Briardian is awfully willing to forgive the woman who's about to commit mass zombie murder. Yeah, that's what happens when you think with your dick. Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetuated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ul'dah was built on lies. Seeing what I've seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore, history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. And when faced with Hildebrand, he wants to do the same, so I figure he understands. That's true. It is very hard to take this seriously when he's in his underwear. Ahem. We're not forgetting someone here, and by someone, I mean me. You're done playing Cloak and Dagger. I require Gauchefist's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend? Ah, but mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be the Treaty Blade, and the true one at that? None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat, but I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time. Is that my cue, old friend? That'll be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void sent? Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. Ah, 'twas the most curious thing. Here I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, thinking about how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then a flash came from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was. It makes sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, and summoning forth his friend. Yea, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. Gauchefist, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not be so easy a task, and I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for a climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu, to the skies! Two against one. That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Gauchefist, to Amdapor. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. I'm right here, lady. Oh, but of course, I near forgot we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Gauchefist, you're our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Thank you, zombie chorus behind me. Alright, Amdapor Keep. I'm assuming we have a fight on our hands. I am logging in. Thank you, Palette. Because this is a Hildebrand adventure, absolutely.